Well, welcome back, everybody, to the Successful Events Podcast. We are still in this in between, but I am excited to be here with you all today and actually talk about a very important topic. And I'm kind of doing these short and sweet episodes. I'm actually currently sitting in this phone booth. It's really cool in our co-working space as I'm recording this. And I'm so excited because the next few episodes, actually, I'm getting to record in a studio. It's a new one here locally in Boone, North Carolina. And I'm just ecstatic to be there tomorrow after recording this and to get to share more with you all about what's been going on, kind of what I've been learning about myself on this journey, even in the event space, but it's just a blend of all the things I've been going through and get to bring it to you all to be able to apply it to your life. And that kind of leads me into what I want to talk about with you today. And that is this idea that we all are constantly, and maybe not all of us, because I think many of the people that are in my world now have been on a spiritual journey or some kind of inner work, personal development journey where we are starting to realize the words and thoughts and beliefs and things that we're saying both out loud and internally. And that is part of what this is this idea that we are busy. I remember, I laugh because I remember in the hotel world, that was the common term, especially when I was running and the hotel manager of a place in Virginia that was a boutique property. I was always busy, and it's just a busy day. It's just busy. This is what happens. And when I went to Nashville, I had a general manager there at the hotel I was working at who one day said, "We are no longer using the word busy." We all still did. I was like, I don't know what else to use, because we were busy. It had grown. It was post-COVID. All of a sudden, Nashville ramped up very quickly, and they just continued to grow during my year and a half there at that property. And it's incredible to sit here now and tell you, though, I don't use the word busy anymore. Not at all. And I didn't even realize it, honestly, until probably about a week or two ago. And through all this deep reflection and the work I've been doing on myself this last year, I can't even tell you where it was. It probably was around March, honestly, that I stopped using the word busy. And I didn't like it because I was like, I'm busy. And sometimes, to other people, it doesn't even look busy. And they're like, "You're busy?" I'm like, "Yeah." But what I have done instead is I'm full. My days are full. My weeks are full. I've had a really full day because sometimes, and I bet you can resonate with this, is that sometimes we have a day that no, we might not have a full calendar or full thing of meetings, but it's been full in our time and our energy on what we were showing up for, on what was happening, what we were having to pour into. Even if that wasn't for a full 8 hours, it still was full. And it honestly, those days are the days that I leave exhausted and semi-drained, but in the best way. So I challenge you, and that's why I wanted to have this conversation, is to really think about, how are you talking about your busyness? How are you talking about your days? And be really, really aware of how you are sharing it, how you are talking about that. Because it affects how you show up then. Because when you're like, "I'm busy," it just has such a negative connotation to that. And maybe it doesn't for you, or you're not aware of exactly how it makes you feel. But I think in the world, it's like, "I'm busy, I'm running around, I'm doing these things." I'm like, no, I'm just full. It was a full day, or I have a full day ahead of me, but I'm really excited for it. Or it was a really good day. It could even have been a really hard day, but it was a full day. And I'm grateful to have those days. So flipping kind of your mindset around how you're talking about it, how you're sharing. And then in the same sense, in kind of a part 2, I guess I could say, that I wanted to share with you regarding the busy is, I have been struggling, and I actually had 2 conversations over the last 2 days, one with a fellow entrepreneur and one with a leadership coach. And I shared with them how I know I am very aware that I'm really good at giving myself busy work. Maybe you are too. And in that, I have learned though, that's what usually fills my days. And then I'm either not doing the things that are actually going to move the needle, or I am doing the things that are moving the needle, but then I'm filling in all this other time and space with busy work that I don't really need to be filling. And for the first time, and I just shared this actually to my email list this past week, for the first time in my life, these first 2 weeks of May, I have the most space I have ever had. And it's because I have stripped down a lot of what I've been doing. I have stripped away the busy work that wasn't actually moving the needle. And instead now I am showing up and doing the task and in the meetings that I need to be in. And honestly, it's been the hardest battle for me because internally I feel like I need to do everything. And again, 2 days ago, I was having a conversation with one of my dear friends, and she is struggling because her days are filled with meetings nonstop. And then she has all this long to-do list of things that she needs to be getting done. And right now she's not moving the needle or doing anything for the business that she's trying to grow and build. And it's because she's filling it with all of these, I don't want to say busy work per se, but it's not the important calls and not the important tasks that are actually going to be moving the needle for her. And we've had to step back and reflect on that. And it's really cool because I enjoy stepping back and looking at other people's work and schedules and calendars and helping them find their priorities and set them up for success, whatever that looks like for them in the week. And that's what I get to do with the 2 or 3 clients that I'm working with right now on a one-on-one basis. And I suck at doing this for myself. So that has been a big thing that I had to slowly, through March, through April, really start to create this space for myself so that now I am in my meetings I need to be in. I do the task I need to do. And then I now get to go home to my husband. I get to go home to my pups. I get to go on a walk and not feel like I'm not doing something. And it is the hardest mindset shift to get out of. And sometimes it's really hard to filter through what is a needle mover task and what is not. And what you need to do is sit and really be present with whatever the task is or what that meeting is and understand, if I do this task, is this going to make a difference in my business? Is this going to actually move the needle in my life? And again, this is regarding, is it going to be in your job? This is for anybody, whether you're an entrepreneur, you're in corporate, you're a stay-at-home mom or dad, anything like that. This is pertinent to you because in the space and in the stillness is where the magic happens. And people have told me this for so long, and I quote unquote was doing it. I wasn't really doing it. And this last month is when I really had to start stripping everything away to get to this point, to realize I'm not busy, I'm full. I have full days, I have full weeks, I have a full life that I'm so, so grateful for. It is also that I don't need to fill myself with busy work. I don't need to fill those days with more. I need to just focus on what is moving the needle in my life and in my business, and focus on that and give myself the time. Even though the stillness and the silence is scary as crap, it still is where the magic happens in it. So whatever you need from this episode, there is a reason I know I needed to record it. And I used to say this a lot more back when it was still imperfectly impactful. But this episode at least was meant for one person. And this episode in particular, the whole episode might not have been for you, but there might have been bits and pieces for you to sit with and consider in your life. How can you start filtering through what's actually moving the needle and what's not? How can you sit with and start, you don't have to call it full days or full weeks. Have another word that's not negatively firing, I guess, in your brain. So I am so grateful for you all. I'm excited actually for the upcoming episodes. Like I said, tomorrow, after recording this one, I am actually going to be going into a studio. We're batching, which I haven't done the last few weeks, so I'm so excited to be batching. And in the batching, I am also going to finally sit down and share with you all a little more on here, what's been going on, as well as like what's happening. What am I doing now? What is my new purpose, my new why? Because it's a lot of what I've had to work through the last few months to start to get clarity on, and it's been hard because I attach so much of my purpose and my why to what I've been doing, very specifically like industry-based, or very specifically the actions and expertise I had, and I had to strip that all back to really find that new why and that new purpose. So I'm excited to share that with you all. I'm so grateful for you to be here, for you to be along this journey with me. And if this episode resonated with you, please, I would love, one, if you would leave a review down below. The more reviews we get, the more people I can get these episodes in front of and make a difference and hopefully make an impact, just like you are trying to do in your life, your business, your career. And I also would love for you to share it on social media. Share it with a friend, share it on social, share it with somebody or somewhere. That way, again, if something stood out to you in this episode, I want to know, I want to hear. Shoot me a DM if you don't want to fully share the episode, but shoot me a DM with the link or a screenshot, and let me know, like, what was your takeaway? Because these are the episodes I love, and coming back to some of these things that truly have impacted me and realizations I've had and ahas. I know I'm not the only one that needs to hear this. I know I'm not the only one experiencing this either. There is just so much happening, but I am so grateful for you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening in, and I will see you next time on the podcast. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. If you're tired of searching for the right events to attend, I've got something special for you. I've created the Preferred Events Calendar. It's your exclusive time-saving guide to personal and professional development events, industry opportunities, and top networking experiences across the entire U.S. No more guessing where to show up or missing out on some key connections that maybe you don't know about. Get the calendar through the link below in the show notes and start finding the events that align with your goals for this year. And if you are hosting your own event, you can even add it to the calendar too. Shoot me a DM through Instagram. That way, if you're interested, I can send over the information. I'll see you next time.